Lil Papi, Street, Fame, Beats.
Sir, welcome to another edition of We Get Down Podcast, man. We Get Down Podcast, man. Episode 35, man.
35.
Episode 35 on a lovely Tuesday here in Philadelphia. Sport with Dev here.
Yo, Jay approved.
How you feeling, man?
I'm good. How you, bro?
I'm good, man. Lovely Tuesday.
Lovely.
All sunny, bright skies. My type of weather. Now, if it was 75 degrees, that would be even perfect. But before we get into this show, man, y'all know how we do, man. Listen to us on iHeartRadio. Download the app. Tap in We Get Down Podcast out of the podcast section. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Tell your friends, family about us, and even Google Podcasts at that. You know, we got some love for y'all.
Y'all already know.
We got some love for y'all Android fans out there, man. Y'all keep us going. Y'all keep us going. Let's start, man. Let me start the show with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the weekend, a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of things happened. You know, we always say that, you know, a class clown, you know,
We've been a clown for so long.
right?
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes you overlook that situation, right?
Right.
Because, like we say, you know, you're the class clown, you know, nobody want to take, you know, that person seriously.
Right.
So over the weekend, if y'all haven't noticed, you know, Kanye West made a guest appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
And obviously the class clown in the situation is Kanye West.
Man.
Kanye West has just been over. Kanye West, by the time his career is over, he's going to be he's going to be like step his foot in so many situations that he did so much, right?
Yeah.
Let's start off with his early career. Music. One could argue that Kanye West is one of the greatest musicians of artists of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
If you like before 2010, if you go from 2010 before, he had some albums, he had some hits.
Yeah. He's a legend, bro. Young legend.
2010 and on, people start to question, hold on, Kanye, where are you going? You know, we want the graduation tip. We want to hear, where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Then he come out with his own shoe brand, I believe.
Yeezys, yeah.
Yeezys. And now he's partnered with Gap. He married to the Kardashians. And now he's building his own village in Wyoming.
Yep.
So now he got all these things plugged in. And I know we getting a little off track here, but I want people to know Kanye's background before, you know, we get into this topic.
Mm.
So he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he talked about, you know, he talked about, you know, Black History Month. And he said that, you know, we shouldn't really have a Black History Month.
Right.
He said that because if you could help me on this, because he said that we are programming our mind
Yeah.
into doing something.
Yeah, basically. I remember he was kind of like, he was trying to make it a point to get us to recognize that whenever we talk about Black History Month, like, we kind of bring about, like, the negativity that happened to, obviously, Black people when it comes to, like, you know, being slaves and, you know, being treated unfairly in America. And not even just in America, but in the whole world. But, I mean, I think the point that he was trying to get to was to get us out of that mindset of focusing as much on the negativity that comes with Black History Month, because be that as it may, you know, the whole significance of, you know, February is for us to recognize that, you know, the importance of Black people. You know what I mean? And that Black history, unfortunately, there's a lot of, you know, dark times in that Black history.
So yeah, I just wanted to my point basically to start off the show, right, was that the class clown, you could overlook him because sometimes he might say some things and be like, yo, he actually got a point.
I think I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
I'm gonna play the tape, but sometimes you got a point.
Yeah, bro. Kanye not stupid. He not stupid.
Here's the clip.
We think we came from slaves. We don't know our bloodline, and we're given Black History Month, and we take that like it's some gift to us. No, it's a programming to us. Racism doesn't end until we get to a point where we stop having to put the word black in front of it, because it's like we're putting the rim a little bit lower for ourselves. Like, it's when I say I'm the second wealthiest black man in America, like, why do I have to say that? Because, obviously, if we just go on wealth, period, or what we call wealth, like financial wealth, that scorecard, I'll be like, I'm the 78th wealthiest man in America, but we shouldn't have to have a special box, a special month, because also what they show in Black History Month is us getting hosed down, reminding us that we were slaves. Like, what if we had "Remember when I cheated on you" month? We think we
Bro,
can.
and that's where.
Like, what if we had "Remember when I cheated on you" month? Remember when you first found the text messages? Remember, how does that make you feel? It makes you feel depleted and defeated. Like, what if we think we can't?
That's where I definitely see the point that he was trying to make, because like Kanye was saying, the negativity that comes with the thoughts that happen to black people. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that really gets people riled up. And I don't think a lot of people are as educated in some of the the geniuses that we had in the black community. Not only the geniuses, but the people who were really fighting for us. It's not something that I think everybody is very in tune with. So automatically when we think about Black history, what do we think about? Like Kanye was saying, the slavery, the police brutalities, the injustice, the racial profiling. Like, that's the thing that kind of comes straight to mind when we think of Black history, and that's not how it should be. You know what I mean?
And to piggyback off it, it's funny because when these celebrities, or like the shade room, or when they post things like this, I tend to read the comments, right? Because sometimes people are just ignorant to the situation. But I agree with this one person. I'm not gonna put the information out there. They said that he has a point. You gotta be an open-minded person to understand what he's with. Yeah, he say sometimes.
Right.
And I kind of agree to that, because, like I said, sometimes it be those people where they just say things just to say, right?
Right.
But then sometimes, like once in a while, they say things. Yo, got a point.
Right.
And I think Kanye had a point right there, because look, we not into politics. I mean, yes, we talked about politics over the last couple weeks,
right,
but we're not really, a political show.
Right.
We just sit here and discuss things that
are going
on. So I'm not going to sit here and dive deep into it, but what Kanye said made a point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Black history. Like, come on, we gotta erase that.
Right.
We gotta erase that.
I definitely understand that. Every month should be Black History Month. Like, I feel like that's and that's kind of where it's like it's kind of silly when you think about it, because why are we focusing attention to Black history only for 1 month? You know what I mean? And that's kind of why it's like it's silly to think about it like that, but it's just like you can't kind of help it, because at the end of the day, if you appreciate Black history, it doesn't matter if it's February or if it's fucking December, or if it's August or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it really shouldn't be based off of whatever time of year, to focus on that.
While being on the show, Kanye West also talked about, his thought process, his controversial abortion comments, and what inspired him to run for president, and more in the new interview. I'm gonna play that clip for y'all right now.
Why do people think there's something wrong with you? Yeah. But I legitimately, like, you've been medicated. They've put you away, right? They've brought you to how did that happen?
Well, I'll say these two things. I think very three-dimensionally. I don't think in the black and white lines that I've been programmed to think in, and I think in full color. So when I talk, I have to describe a thought in 5 ways. You know, we enjoy food that has multiple seasoning in it. We enjoy music that has multiple instruments. So when I talk, it's not a rant, it's a symphony
Yes.
of ideas. And
Why do
Again,
Makes sense.
he makes sense. I mean, if y'all just look, I understand that, sometimes we do things, right? So, but what do we always hear, bro? Leave the past in the past. Sometimes you just gotta put things to the side. Put your own ego or agenda to the side, and just think about what they're really saying or doing.
Yeah.
And again, I kind of agree with what he's saying. I kind of think in that way too. Look, the way I think, I don't I really sit there and think about, you know me. I really sit there and think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
These
I know
two
what you're
topics,
saying.
I kind of agree with what Kanye was saying. Like, I know we haven't agreed with what Kanye said most of the year, but let's go back to last week with DL Hewley and Ice Cube. So let me ask DL, does this make Kanye he can't talk about it because he's a rapper?
Right. I mean, I think that's kind of why we were so confused as to why he said that about Ice Cube in the first place. Cause it's like that's a like, bro, when you assume that somebody just isn't,
Qualified.
right? That's where you just kind of like the world's just basically waiting for you to get proven wrong. Because you're making assumptions based off of stuff that is, you don't have any basis. Like you just literally jumping the fucking gun. You know what I mean? Like it's no really like rhyme or reason to what you're saying. And that's kind of where it's like, I think a lot of people misunderstand Kanye because like you said, bro, I mean, he don't say
right.
He doesn't say
He doesn't do the normal things
Yeah,
that somebody would
you
do.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's unpredictable. Like the boy, I mean, what fucking rapper says I'm running for president? What rapper said, like, bro, keep it a beam?
And actually did it because he's running for. I mean, he a vice president, but still, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Like, bro, who does that? Nobody does that. And then you know what I mean? I mean, we all know what Kanye got going on. We all know that he's, not only just somebody who's obviously very successful in the entertainment industry, but he's somebody who has an influence in the media.
He's not an artist
Like,
no more.
yeah,
Like he's like a mogul.
Bro, he's like the dude can dive into any fucking, category that you could think of. So we're not just talking about fucking random Joe walking down the street. I mean, we talking about Kanye West. Yeah, like
That's what I was saying. Like, if you break down Kanye's career, right, 2000, 2010, he had a run.
Yeah, bro.
Right, he had one with Jay-Z. They had a run.
Yeah.
2010 to let's say 20 now, 10 years, right? Kanye,
slowed down.
Yeah, it slowed down. Why? Because I mean, he put out some projects, but he's thinking about his his family,
Going through
generations
things,
as
having
well.
a kid.
Right. Look, guys, it's not easy
Hell,
doing what he's doing.
hell no.
Y'all tell me somebody who, like I said, 2000, 2010, he had a great run, one of the greatest, up there with Wayne and Jay-Z, right?
Made himself a legend.
And then 2010 to now, he slowed down his music. He still dropped, but it wasn't as, quality as good as the 2000s. He married a Kardashian, had a couple kids, couple breakdowns. He got a sponsor. He got a deal with Gap. He came out with his own shoe, his own line.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't sit here. Now, I'm not making excuses for the guy, but at the same time, tell me somebody that went through what he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, y'all can sit here and say, well, Jay-Z's married to Beyonce. Stop it. Beyonce, I mean, yes, she got her beehive, but the Kardashians is a different monster to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what?
Most definitely.
Like, come on now.
Most definitely.
You dealing with, let's start off with Kim Kardashian. How did she get popular? No disrespect. Off the tape of Ray J, right?
Yeah.
That's number one. And then you dealing with the mom, Kris Jenner. Then you got the sisters, Chloe and Kim. No, Chloe and Courtney, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not making excuses for the guy. But at the end of the day, if you look at his career, it hasn't been easy. It haven't.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what it is. Like he's in that, you know what I mean? He's in that field. He's in the point in time where he can really, like I said, get into anything and make bread off of it.
You tell me somebody that makes music, married to the Kardashians, got his own brand, and he's doing fine.
Travis.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Travis.
I'm talking about mentally fine. You don't know
Nah,
how,
I mean, yeah.
but I know what you mean. She's a Jenner though. Yeah, I ain't gonna give you that. I said Kardashian.
Okay, you right.
Her last name Jenner.
You know she in that category though.
Okay, Travis Scott. But other than that, who else? If you look at everybody they dated, what happened?
Bro, we can't make this about a Kardashian.
I'm just saying. Kanye West. Look,
I am
salute
not
to you,
talking
my
about
brother.
the
Look, I
Kardashians.
like I said, I'm not giving him a pass. But if you just look at it, jeez,
Yeah. Yeah.
how much can you ask a man to do?
How much can you?
And
ask
he's
man to
building a
do?
village.
He's doing a lot, bro. I mean,
So
I think what he was saying in that joint was spot on though. Like he was on point with that. I like that. I like that he was breaking it down like that.
let's get into
we don't give him enough credit for the way that he expresses himself, I think.
yeah, because the way he said, like he said, the way he say things, not most people don't really think about or do.
Right. Most definitely.
Let's get into other news, okay? You might know where I'm going with this.
Yo.
Yesterday, something tragic happened. In a city that we live in, Philadelphia. Y'all probably heard of this or not, if you're on the social medias or not, but young man got shot yesterday. I believe it was between 10 to 14 times. He got shot by the Philadelphia police. Cause if you could look up his name real quick, I forgot his
Walter
name.
Wallace.
Walter Wallace. He got shot in front of his mother yesterday. Now I don't know the whole situation. I don't know the whole story. I don't know I don't know the whole thing.
So-
I saw the video. The only thing that they so-called claim is that he had a knife.
Well, that's
I get it.
So apparently what I got out of it was obviously like he had a knife. And I believe the police were called, and as people were trying to settle him down, mind you, his mother was present. When she was trying to settle him down, I heard that he had like a mental issue. Like I heard that he was, unstable mentally. But obviously, he had a weapon, and the police saw it and decided that instead of trying to detain him by either tasing him or disarming him, they shot him.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a fatal, fatal shots that were fired because he has now passed.
Yeah,
So-
they say he went to the hospital and he pronounced dead. So
And just another episode of why. Just another episode. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
well, first, y'all know how we do. We wanna, we get down family. Want to give a shout out to their family.
Obviously, condolences.
Condolences. Like we always say, no parent should able have to bury their kid. I know that if my mother lost me, or your mother, they would go crazy. Not just our mothers, but family in general.
That's a
They would
tough
go
pill.
crazy,
Tough pill to
especially if you get shot in front of her. Whew.
swallow. That is a tough pill to
I don't know, and I'll be honest, I don't know how his mom recovered from this because, like I said, it's one thing to bury your kid. it's another thing to have your kid get shot in front of you and die laying there.
Definitely a tough pill to swallow.
And like Cuz said, it's another, and the people that's listening, if y'all feel like we, nonchalant, or y'all watching this and our bilingual is nonchalant, it's because that we, and it's crazy to say this, but a lot of us witness more funerals than birthday parties,
Yeah.
funerals than cookouts, funerals than celebrations. Let me say that, because that's just the reality of where we live.
It ain't peaches and cream, yo.
And a lot of y'all would be like, well, why don't y'all change your environment? Well, that's true. In the age that we live in now, we do have the power, the technology to change our environment. But a lot of us don't know. And I think that's the big thing, is that we don't know. A lot of us think that getting money, getting chains, getting the fast cars is the way to go. And reality is not.
Yeah.
And yes, we have to change that narrative, but at the same time, we can't blame somebody for not knowing.
Yeah.
Me and Cuz is fortunate enough to know the knowledge that we know at our age.
Right.
We're fortunate to have the family that we have on both sides, dads and moms, to guide us through this stage that we call life. Because, like we said, not everybody has a mom. Not everybody has a dad or has a family to fall back on. So, I could speak for both of us, the entire crew, that, we're happy, we're blessed to have our family to guide us through these things.
Right.
And like I said, it's fortunate I don't know how his mother get through this, because it's like I said, it's one thing to have a kid and you don't see him or her coming home no more. You found out that they're dead. But it's another thing for them to get shot in front of you. That's traumatic.
Yeah.
And like I said, we give our condolences to them. And I mean,
Like I said, another episode of Why. Just another episode. But like Dev said, I mean, prayers to the family of Walter Wallace Jr. And we really, really got to put our foot on the ground and bulk up, because
4-letter word, bro.
God is testing us.
VOTE.
Yeah.
What is it,
Vote.
8 days away now?
7.
Or next week?
Next week, bro.
Look, y'all.
We gotta
And
bulk up.
I know, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this. I know all year I was one of those people that didn't have faith, but I really have faith that Joe Biden can win. And the only way that we can do that is to vote. If you live in the city of Philadelphia, if you live in the state of Pennsylvania, vote is next week. It's in 7 days. Next Tuesday. Let's get out there. And like I said, whether, if you're a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter, doesn't matter. Let's go out there and vote. Change our history. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we just wanted to, shed light on that. Give our condolences to y'all. And to, everybody that lost somebody this year to police brutality. You know what I mean? So let's keep it going. On other news, man, Boosie. That's right. Boosie is in the news, man. He's in the news again. Not over his Instagram page. Many of y'all know that he lost his Instagram page. He asked Mark Zuckerberg for his page back. But he was recently on a Mike Tyson show. And he asked, Mike Tyson asked, he was like, look, bruh. He said, why don't you, you mean? Why don't you, why did you make them comments about Dwayne Wade's girl? Right? And, Boosie had a lot to say. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all.
Why do you say that about them? Do you feel the possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you further yourself from being a homosexual or thinking you may like homosexuals?
Nah, I'm straight as an arrow. I'm just saying,
I'm not saying you are, but why do you have? If you're straight, why do you?
I really commented on the Dwayne Wade situation because I got offended because it's a child. That's why I really got offended. And that's why I really said if it was a 19-year-old, 18-year-old grown person, I probably wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have said nothing.
Well, why did you?
But
say
I felt like
I'm just saying, hey, I'm not judging you. I think I'm here judging you. I'm just trying to understand you.
Yeah. And
I got some demons. You ain't in my world when it comes to demons.
Yeah.
Big things about hey, but just tell me why.
It was just like, I just felt like, that's a child. I feel like a child ain't at 12 can't make that decision. I feel like that's just how I feel. And certain things I talk about like that, I just feel like that was going too far. I
agree with you.
You calling him or her, like that's just going too far.
Hey, but just tell me what.
So that was Boosie on Mike Tyson new podcast that he has out. And like I said, if y'all don't know, Boosie came out, I believe, like this year earlier and said, like, look, Dwayne, you going too far. You calling your son a her because he came out saying that,
His son was
a girl.
a girl.
He transitioned,
To
to that period. And, Boosie was like, look, going too far, bro. You calling, I think what Boosie's stand is like, look, they're too young to know that.
Yeah. It's funny. I forgot that. I didn't even think that situation was getting brought up again. But, I did feel that same way, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What D-Wade was doing too much?
No. I did feel like his son was young.
Yeah.
Like, I think a little too young to even make that decision. I feel like there's so much life to live before you can really, even have a, thought like that. Well, maybe not have a thought like that, but have the right to have an action based on that thought, because it just seemed like, you know what I mean? I think his son was what, like?
He said he was 12.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you just starting to like you're still growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that being said, I mean, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. I don't know. I think a lot of people in, and not even just the black community, I think a lot of dads in general, right? Like, we're so used to dads being afraid of their kids being different. Right?
Mostly sons, yeah.
Mostly sons. Like, I think most dads are so afraid of their kids being different because of how they're going to be looked at in the world. You know what I mean? And I think most straight dads fear that their sons are going to be gay. You know what I mean? That's
I
just,
agree.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a fear that I think a lot of people have.
And a lot of people will question why.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, that's just something that dads, per se, have.
But it's...
And, no, my fault.
No, you good.
But you can't sit there and blame him for not feeling that way.
And that's why I respected D-Wade on that side, because unlike most common dads, he seemed like he was supportive of his son.
Well, yeah. Well, let's be honest, bro. If, that's D-Wade. If they came out saying that he didn't support him, how would he look?
But, bro, and that's what I mean, though. Because he could have obviously been like, yo, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm not cool with my son feeling like this, yada, yada. He could have been like that.
Right.
But he didn't. He supported his child. I don't think people are giving him enough credit for that. Granted, yes, his son was obviously, going through something. You know, and if that's how, you know, his child feels, then that's how his child feels. I felt like as a parent, he did the right thing in supporting his kid instead of just being, you know, very, yeah, I mean, like, toxic and, like, being like, yo, yo, he could have straight up been like, yo, you kicked out. Like, you getting out of my house thinking like that. Like, he could have been like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, there's a million ways that could have went down. But, you know, I think that it was respectful of him to do that because he really didn't have to do that. You know, he was a dad that was taking responsibility for his child. So, I don't know. I see, but that's where I also understand where Boosie comes from in the aspect of he feels like he was doing a little too much. And I do think some of this stuff is kind of out in the open more than it should be. But, yeah, I mean...
Same thing, because, you know, I was just looking it up right now, because I remember, you know, Magic Johnson, his son, came out that he, you know, he was gay.
Yeah.
And Magic, I mean, it's not specifically the words, but it says it right here. His wife told him, you know, after the discussion, Magic's wife made sure to let him know that his reaction wasn't okay. Magic admitted to blurting out the first thing that came out to his mom. But the next day he apologized to his son as he emotionally told him that they were going through this. Magic added that he just needed more time. Because, like you said, yeah, as fathers, they're like you said, they're afraid of their son, you know, saying that, Dad, I'm gay.
Right.
And, you know, like, D-Wade's situation and Magic's situation was just both different because, like you said, D-Wade came out, you know, like you said, all right, I'm cool with it. But with Magic, he like, yo, I need some time. Because I think as a father, you don't expect that from your son, if that makes sense.
Nah, yeah, most definitely.
I don't think that you expect your son to just be like, Dad, I'm gay. Because that would be first of all, for the son, that would be a tricky situation. Because it's like, yo, how do you approach your father?
Your dad like that, especially knowing your dad. Like,
right.
Because you don't know, like, every kid knows their dad. Like, your dad could be like...
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Spaz out over some shit like
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, as a kid, or as a son, no matter what age, that's a difficult conversation to have. And then as a dad, depending on who you are, it's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's going to catch you off guard.
Right. So, I mean, I guess it depends on what dad you have, but at the same time, like you said, I mean, like I say, what was D-Wade supposed to do? Right. I mean, if he can, I don't like my son. What?
Right. What are you losing it? I think he did the right thing.
No, he did, but
I think he did the right thing. Like like I said, I always had mad respect for D-Wade, not even as an athlete, but just as a person. So I respect it. I respect, you know, the fact that he was supportive of his kid. That's just something that, family is going to have to go through. You know what I mean? That's just something they just going to have to go through. Yeah. I mean, it's not, it's not a life or death situation. It's not like, somebody's going to, get harmed because of this or anything. Like, it's just a decision that was made, and, now that family has to go through it. But, worse things have happened to people. And I'm just glad that the kid has parents who,
I was about to go there, yeah.
The
kid is able to be comfortable.
Exactly.
Instead of worrying about, my dad don't like me.
Right, my dad don't like me. My mom don't like me. Like, nobody loved me because of who I, like, that's not a good feeling, bro. You know what I mean? I know there's plenty of people who's going through that right now. So, respect to the fact that the parents are actually embracing their kids.
All right, Todd. All right, y'all. I said Todd. Sorry, Todd. If you listen to us, I didn't mean that. I meant.
Todd said what?
Hey, I meant to say is all right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Rapid report. That's right. Rapid report. You ready? Yeah. Rapid report. Okay, it came out that DC Young Fly explains to the Breakfast Club crew that he will not take over as the host to Wildin' Out. He said that if they came to him and asked him to be the host, he would not do it because that would be backstabbing Nick. And he said him and Nick are so cool, they're like family, so he would never do that. Everybody quit.
The host, then we ain't even thinking about going back over there. It's not
If they get
possible.
another host, y'all gotta stay with y'all. They get another host.
No.
What if they asked the three of y'all to be the host?
Yeah, I mean that was always the thing. They was always saying they was grooming DC.
But see, I want
yeah, that's cool.
I want to be like given to me from the OG.
From Nick, got you.
It's not corporate. It's not corporate didn't hire me. Nick hired me. You feel me? So it's like
That's
it'd be a
DC,
backstab for me to go be like, all right, corporate, what y'all want me to do? But I know how the game get. Y'all don't fuck with me like that. You only fuck with what I can bring you. I want to be a part of a family. And Wild 'N Out was a family from the time we entered on whatever set we was at. Once we go through the metal detectors, from the people at the front desk, man, all the way to the people that's carrying the lights and the ropes and the cameras, everybody in there is family.
If Nick isn't
So yeah, that was yup. That was them. It was the 85 South Show that was on there this morning. Carlos Miller, DC Young Fight, and Chico Bean.
Yeah.
I always said that they would. I felt like they was grooming DC because he had that. Like you could tell what. You could tell like last week. You could tell walking into a room what kind of meet you gonna have.
Right.
If you walk in and see Chuck E. Cheese, it's not gonna be serious. But if you walk in and see Warren Buffett, oh, this is serious. And you could tell by everybody that's thousands of people been on Wild 'N Out, but you could just tell DC just bring another energy, another aura to the show.
Yeah.
I always felt like if something did happen to Nick, that it would be passed down to DC. On to other news, rapid report. Chadwick Boseman, Kevin Boseman reveals he had been in remission for cancer for 2 years. That's right. It's been announced that he had cancer since 2018, and he was diagnosed with it, and he did chemo, and he's in remission. Congratulations to you, my brother, because you just lost your brother, and that would be tragic
Right.
if that happens.
Right. Salute to you. In good health, please. Stay in good health.
All right, y'all. I believe that was the rapid report. That was it.
Can I ask you what?
All right.
All right, y'all. Now it's on to the final one. Would you rather?
Yes, sir.
Would you rather? Would you rather we save the best for last? Oh, my fault, y'all. Let me say one more thing for the rapid report. 2 grand juries in the Breonna Taylor case said police were and criminal on the night of her murder. Listen to the audio.
Of the police behavior and actions that night? Negligent?
Negligent.
They couldn't even provide a risk assessment, and it sounded like they hadn't done one. So their organization leading up to this was lacking. That's what I mean by they were negligent in the operation.
Number 2?
They were criminal leading up to this, and everything that the way they moved forward on it, including the warrant, was deception.
All right. All right. They, fortunate enough, they blocked out their faces, the voices and all that you could hear,
Right.
so they wouldn't, get caught. But
Right.
yeah, that's what they said. 2 jurors on the Breonna Taylor case. All right, y'all. Now it's time
For the main event.
for the main event. Would you rather? That's why we save the best for last. We try to get the most laughs of the show. We save it for last. Would you rather? Would you rather? We ask each other questions. We try to be honest about it. We go about a day. I'm gonna go first because I asked you to go first last week.
All right.
Would you rather? Would you rather restart your life at the age of 10 with all the knowledge that you know, or you jump to 45 years old with 50 million in your bank?
I'm definitely restarting to where I was 10.
Nah, I'm jumping to 45.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Bring me back to 10 years old.
I'm jumping to 45.
Bro, 10 years old? Bro, I'm 20 now.
I got 50 mil in the bank.
Bro, if you give me all the thoughts that I have now, but 10 years ago, bro, I'm shitting on everybody. What? I'm shitting on all heads. First off, I'm passing every class. Second off, I'm placing all type bets on every football game because I know who going. Bro, what?
See, that's
an easy bet.
But you gonna change the future now.
How am I gonna change the
Because,
future?
bro, you know that they say in them laws, if you go back, try to alter the past, you gonna change something.
I mean, I'm not gonna alter.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just go back, make some quick bread real quick. You know?
But see, now they gonna come. Yo, hold on. This man won every game this season.
No, I'm gonna keep it player. I ain't gonna be like on my Joe stuff. Like, I can't make it seem like I'm just like that nice with it. Low key, I know I'm that nice.
Bro,
with
if you do that, you gotta pick like one game. We gotta save you, bro. You can't pick every
game.
You gotta pick one. No, bro. You gotta pick one different game a week.
Oh well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna make it seem like
Yeah.
I'm losing sometimes.
Yeah.
But whole time I know. Like, I know.
I'm picking 45.
Bro, 45?
Give me that 50 mil in the bank.
Bro, the rest of your life you gonna be. Bro,
I'm gonna do something with that 50 mil.
You wanna do something with the 50 mil?
They say the new 40 is the new 20.
Oh my God, 40 is the new 20?
That's what I hear.
Yo, who say that? 40 is the new fucking 20?
A lot of old people.
A lot of old people, right?
But still, if I'm 45 and I got 50 mil in my bank,
Still got a lot of life ahead of you.
20 mil in the bank, really on some. What?
you got the mills to do whatever you
You
want to do.
tripping? What? All right, I'm not gonna lie. If I jump up to 45 and I had 50 mil, I would splurge some of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably like 5 mil, 10,
you better
10 maybe 10.
But you gotta be, you know what I mean? At that point, you gonna be smart with it though, cause you gonna be, you got the knowledge.
That's what I mean.
So you gonna be.
So I'm picking that 45.
Slap me that 10 years, bro. I'm gonna be in that joint cooling. What? 10 years old? All right, cool. I'm the smartest kid in my class, and I know everything.
All right, bro. We got a minute left, so let's hurry up and get out of here. You got a question for us, or are you ready to dip?
Yeah, I got a question.
All right.
All right. Would you rather? Would you rather always have to wear sunglasses, or see very, very, very well during the nighttime?
Yep.
Yep to what?
Very well in the nighttime.
So you don't want to always have to wear sunglasses?
No.
You just see really good at night.
Yeah.
That was an easy question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm picking sunglasses though. What do I need to see really well at night for? I'm gonna sleep anyway.
You may never know.
I'm gonna sleep anyway.
What if some people do night shift?
Not me.
Sorry, y'all.
With that being said,
with that being said,
it's time to get up out of here.
I'm picking night shift. I'm picking tonight. With that being said, this has been another edition of We Get Down Podcast. We Get Down Podcast, episode 35. Episode 35. Before you get out of here, download iHeartRadio, type in We Get Down Podcast in the podcast section. Listen to us at Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Tell your friends, family about us. Shout out to our boy Josh, Showtime Swaggy. He'll be back soon for the in-person. 35, man. Swervo Dav here.
35, Jay approved.
We out.